Well, hello, General Hospital Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Tuesday, August the 20th, 2024. Tuesday, August the 20th. Well, yeah, it was all right. It was good to see get the Kate's done to him, meaning, oh, he goes into court, and it was that same uh prosecutor, that federal prosecutor that's supposed to be prosecuting Carly, right? Well, he asks Kate meets him outside. He goes, "Are you ready?" And the prosecutor's like, what kind of information on the case do you have for me? And then he looks at Kate and he goes, oh, and he goes, "Look, all I need from you is to keep Christina Corinthos held until the trial. That's all I need you to do. Say, just go do it." The guy looks at him and he goes in, and Jagger sits down across from Sonny, and he's looking at Sonny, and Sonny's looking at him like, look at him turn his head. And then Sonny's looking straight, and Jagger's still looking at Sonny because, see, with medicated Sonny, unmedicated Sonny, should I say, would have been, what? What, Jagger? Well, Kate? What, Kate? What you looking at me for? You know, all of that. Sonny just turns his head like, look, talk to the ear. and Kate's didn't know a thing about it. So judge comes in, and I don't know, everybody. I didn't have time to go back and look, but isn't that the exact same judge that was over Carly's case? Right? I'm thinking it is. If not, Comic Corner, handle that for me. Let me know. So she comes in, everybody sits down, and she has, the floor. Alexis has the floor. And Alexis said, gave her the facts. The facts are Christina Davis, Christina Corinthos, just was being released from having an emergency C-section. She was still in a wheelchair in the hospital when John Cates decided to wrongfully arrest her. And the judge looked over at Kate's side, and she looked at Christina, and, Christina should have been looking a little more uncomfortable. She's like, oh my God, right? Because, see, had it been a man judge, they would think, not all of them, but those that didn't have wives and or girlfriends that had emergency C-section, it would be, just a medical procedure. Just, had a baby. But everybody knows how you feel after having a cesarean. It takes weeks for you to start, you got to heal inside. It was a operation where they cut you open. Okay. So anyway, I had 2 cesareans. That's how I know. But anyway, so she goes, and Alexis says, without producing any documentation to substantiate the claim that Ava Jerome, or that he was acting under an active federal investigation. So the judge looked over at the prosecuting attorney and said, is that correct? Where is the evidence that there is an active federal investigation going on, that Christina could have been, Miss Davis Corinthos could have been tampering with a witness? The attorney stands up and says, well, there is none, Your Honor. And Jagger's just sitting there. It has Detective Cates has not, or Agent Cates has not produced any. He hasn't filed any. There isn't any. And he's late producing it. And she goes, so this is a waste of the court's time. She looks over at Alexis and Christina. She goes, Miss Corinthos Davis, you are free to go on your own recognizance. And she says, adjourn, and she strikes her gavel. And Kate is like, he looks over at Sunny. Right? Sunny's got a side smirk on his face, like, yeah, dumb behind. I was gonna say another word that begins with an A, right? And ends in SS, but anyway. So Jagger stands up. Your Honor, you're making a mistake. Second time he has had an outburst against a judge. She looked up at him. She's like, the only mistake being made is you being out of order, out of line. Agent Cates, you have 48 hours to produce evidence that there is, in fact, an active FBI case. And see, my thing is, no, not there is, that there was one. See, Ava's supposed to be a witness. Well, this stuff must be dated before this incident at the Metro Court, because he's lying. So he then decides, he goes to the gallery. Now, earlier at the gallery, Nina comes. Nina comes to tell Ava that she cleared away some space in Crimson for the gallery, right? Remember the last month, there was no space and Nina wasn't gonna make none. Well, this month there's space. Well, Ava has to now unburden herself because she don't have nobody to talk to. I think I made a mistake. And Nina looked at her like, wait, what? Ava tells Nina actually the whole true story. That it was an accident. Yes, she did grab Christina, but she did not push Christina. Christina jerked away and fell over John Cates's luggage and fell out the window. And Ava tells Nina how she changed the evidence. She took it up because it was all about the custody case, and she didn't want it to be known that Cates was, more personally involved with her. She didn't want that to hurt her custody case. So Nina says, ooh, so you tampered with the scene. And Nina really was not comforting to Ava at all, but she wasn't snarky because look, Ava's in enough trouble. And she just is. And Nina's just like, wow. So you sided with an FBI agent against Sunny. She goes, and I feel I've made a mistake. Oh, do you, Ava? Do you? She's like, he said he was going to help me with the custody battle, but I really think his only agenda is coming after Sunny. And he's not going to help me, and he's putting me in more danger. So Nina says, well, Ava, one thing's for sure, you're a good mother to Avery. I can say that. Anything else, you've done that. This is, you're doing. So Nina leaves, And before she leaves, Ava says, Nina, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry I trashed our friendship. Oh, are you sorry? When you were trying to go after Sonny, those cutthroat, evil things you said to Nina, how you were better for Sonny. I mean, how she was better for Sonny, more suited for him than you. You're too needy. Oh, now you're sorry, Ava. So Nina she looked up. She didn't stop and turn and look at Ava, but she looked straight ahead and she walked forward. But now Nina picks up the phone and she's calling in a favor from somebody, and I don't know who that is. Now, is Nina going to? There's really nothing. I was racking my head around this. There's nothing Nina can do to help Ava. For one, with the custody battle, with the problems with Kate, but Nina can hurt Ava by now spilling the whole beans. One thing Ava did not say is she tampered with Sonny's medicines. Didn't say that at all to Nina. See, that's complete suicide. And she doesn't 100% know the pharmacist ratted her out. She didn't say nothing about the meds. So it's going to be interesting tomorrow to see who was Nina calling. Who did she call? Said, you owe me a favor. Uh-huh. Wow. Now, see, this should be plastered all over the invader. Except it deals with Christina. And Nina won't touch anything that has to deal with Christina. So she won't let her man publish that at all. So that was, so Nina leaves after the disaster in court. Kate shows up back up at the gallery. Oh, he's mad. Christina Corinthos is out on her own recognizance. It didn't go my way at all. And Ava's looking like, you know what? Nothing has gone your way. She was telling her, she goes, wait a minute. What do you mean Christina was arraigned? Ava didn't know he had her arrested. He said, I arrested her. And Ava said, wait, you what? Oh, I arrested her as a way, for Sonny to react, but Sonny didn't react. And the judge let her off. And now, my case is I got to really hammer in on getting Sonny Corinthos. And Ava's like shaking her head like, see, I know I'm in with the wrong guy right now, right? So John Kate says, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take your we're going to work on your statement and I'm going to record it tonight. And Ava's like, wait, what do you mean work on my statement? I've already given an official statement, more than one, to the police. Well, we're redoing it and we're changing it. And she goes, you know what? I think Scott needs to be here. I haven't been able to get a hold of Scott all day. Have you heard from Scott? Now, my whole thing is, yeah, Scott, where did you go? Because Jason didn't get Scott. Scotty hopped on a plane, didn't he? You know how Scott Baldwin is. He will book for self-preservation or hide out in a seedy part of town or another town in a heartbeat. Okay. In a heartbeat. So he goes, no. What do you mean you need Scott Baldwin? He says, Kate has the nerve to say that you don't need Scott. All you need is me. I am the only one you have left. And Ava looks at him and he says, now let's get started on that statement. Because look, 48 hours, tick, 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 tick. Now it's 47. And Ava just looks at him. And I thought, okay, Kate's bingo. Bingo. because a cornered Ava Jerome is a dangerous Ava Jerome. Kate is trying to get her or forcing her to now fabricate a lie. Well, she's already fabricated enough lies in her testimony, but now fabricate to the fact that she is a FBI informant. He's going to make sure that's in the statement as well, that she is his witness, and he's going to try to make her give up Sonny, something on Sonny on that recording. Because see, really, the recording, actually, it's all on her being a witness for the FBI. It has nothing to do with Christina. So this statement he's going to have her make, because the judge did not throw out his case. She just wants him to prove that Ava is an active FBI witness. So her statement is going to have to be relating that to that investigation. And they're going to end up having to backdate all of that. See, he has got her right where he wants her. He's going to make her give up Sonny, backdating it, hanging her out to dry, and it's still going to fall flat. He's going to fall flat on his face, and Ava knows. And now he's having me try to give up some information on Sonny, which will put her in danger where Sonny is concerned. Ava's in a predicament, and she's in a pickle. Poor thing, pickle. What's she gonna do? Because this guy is unhinged. But you were so manipulative and so smart. Sicking Kate's on everybody. Go get that pharmacist. You got to. Oh. We'll see. But like I said, a cornered Ava is a dangerous Ava. I highly doubt he's going to try to force her to give this testimony tonight. Something's going to come up or happen that she's going to weasel out of it. She's not, or she's actually going to say some completely false things where Sonny is concerned. Because the truth be told, Ava doesn't know the ins and outs of Sonny's organization. She really doesn't. She never knew. Remember when before she was even living with them, where they had her put in that fake bad nanny, having her to try to get information on pikemen? Actually, was that John Cates? No, that was Austin. That was Austin. Who killed Austin? Do you think Cates did? It's interesting. That's interesting. But anyway, she doesn't know. That was Cyrus. Austin is Cyrus. The ins and outs. Yes, she was at that warehouse with Wu. She knows about that. They were trying to, show a street, negotiate. But that's it. The true information Ava has on Sonny is when he beat up Dex, because he told her the whole story. That's all Ava truly, honestly knows about Sonny. Jason is the one, like Kate said, Jason knows where the bodies are buried. Ava does not. So we shall see how that's going to not work for John Cates. So Molly and TJ actually talk after, pretty much Molly ghosting him this whole time. And this time, all it really took was, I'm sorry, I'm here now. I've just been so angry and don't know how to deal with this grief. I don't know how to say goodbye to our daughter, blah, blah, blah. She told him everything he needed to hear. which is what she could have told him from day one, how she's really been feeling. And she goes, I have not been there for you. Can you forgive me? And he just looks at her point blank. I accept your apology. We all grieve in different ways. I love you. TJ has always, whatever Molly wants, Molly gets and coddles her. Always. Molly gets her. It's time for us to name our baby. He's been asking you to name that baby for days because we've got a lot to do with the. Oh, he's been asking you to get involved and you didn't want to. But now that you finally said it, you mean it, right? So she tells him her suspicions, or not suspicions, her anger about, Christina's involvement. Christina could have been, if Christina just would never have gone there, their baby was the same thing she told you. Baby would still be alive, right? Her actions are what are the cause of the baby's death. And he goes, do you think Christina really attacked Ava? And she's like, you know what? I honestly don't know. I do know this. She was aggressive. She was the aggressor. She went there. And had she not done any of that, our baby would still be alive. So, of course, now that they're on the same page with Christina, he's happy now. He's happy now. So, whatever. Then she got a call that, oh my God, Christina is being arraigned right now. And TJ's like, I'm surprised you're actually here. She goes, no, because I went to DA's office. I should not, Mom said I absolutely should be nowhere near that. But now that it's over, he goes, you need to check on your sister. I understand. Do you understand, TJ? Do you? She goes, are you sure? No, check on, make sure Christina's okay. Really, TJ? Because soon as she leaves, you're going to be butthurt. Except now that she's expressed her anger towards her sister, you're probably okay with it. Probably okay. So tomorrow, when they show scenes of Molly getting to Alexis's house, talking to Christina, that's probably when a whole lot's going to come out tomorrow, and it's going to further alienate Molly and Christina, and Alexis is going to be like, oh my God, right? Dante does talk to, when Laura walked in the room, remember there were scenes and she goes, what are you doing here? I couldn't figure out who she was talking to. It was Cyrus. He's back on the canvas. You know what? I don't know why, and because I didn't look at him close enough. I think his hair is growing again. Remember he cut his hair? I think it's growing. I think it may be I don't know. I have to, when I see him again, it ain't that darn important. He's saying, he had his Bible, that he comes to visit Lulu a couple times a week, as well as other patients at the facility. And because I'm surprised we haven't run into each other before now. Well, you haven't run into each other before now because Laura doesn't go that often, right? She doesn't. But she's the mayor. She's taking care of a brand new infant, a toddler. He's a toddler now. So okay, she can't get there as much. But Cyrus, who thought he had a job at that little PC grill, I guess not. Whatever. Nobody's eating there, so we don't know, right? He says, if I didn't know this would upset you, and if it does, I won't come to see her. She's like, look, I don't know what I feel about this right now, because the doctor called and said, blah, 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 and something's changing in Lulu's condition. That's why I'm here. And he goes, oh no, sister, dear sister, would you like us to pray? Would you like to pray together? She's like, no. But I am good. Kevin is on his way. We'll be dealing with this. Right? So they step out the room, and that's when they really had the bulk of their conversation. Now, where he said, I didn't know you would have a problem with this. Let's do a little GH history, everybody. Who ordered Julian Jerome to put the bomb in Jake's? I'm sorry, it was Cyrus Bernell. He is the reason Lulu is there. So Laura could, in fact, even though the relationship with her brother has evolved a bit, Laura could still not want Cyrus anywhere near her daughter, anywhere near her daughter, because he directly is the cause of Lulu being in the coma. But they didn't bring that up. And I guess we're not supposed to remember that. But anyway, the doctor, Cyrus leaves, Kevin comes, Cyrus leaves. The doctor comes out and talks to Laura. And Laura's like, doctor, what's going on? Because first the doctor came and said, oh, I haven't gotten the results from all the tests that we've run. Please be patient. I'll be back. Where the doctor comes back and says that Lulu's liver is failing. And they needed to talk about the next steps. They needed to talk about options. So it isn't good news. Lulu isn't waking up. Her liver is failing. That's probably why Lucky's going to come back to town. Laura's going to call Lucky. Now, what's interesting to me is what they do, because Lucky, if it's a tissue match, and she would have a good choice of a tissue match from a sibling, would they do a kidney transplant, or not kidney, liver, whatever procedure they do with the liver? Because Lucky would, I know they take a piece of someone's liver. Of course, they can't take your whole liver or you won't be living. But I know they take a piece of the liver for liver transplants or whatever the procedure is with the liver. Would that be what they want Lucky to come back to test on? And then after this surgery, after this procedure, would that be the catalyst for Lulu waking up? Or are they going to just let Lulu die? And Lucky's coming back to see his sister before she dies. So they've got a couple of ways they could go with this. I'm interested to see don't know what the couple of ways are, but we shall see. So let's go to Comment Corner. Oh my goodness, Comment Corner, you guys are doing great, phenomenal, as a matter of fact. We're going to start today from the bottom. And the comment on the bottom is Denzel's. I'm going to read half of Denzel's comment. Let me start my trusty dusty stopwatch. Okay, Denzel says, Kate is doing too much. Now arrested Christina. She didn't even try to kill Ava at all, period. If Kate wants to go after Sonny, then fine. Because back in the day, Sonny was a and a hole when he was interested in Karen way back in the day. I understand why Kate wants to go after Sonny, but he's too close to the case or whatever, and it's gonna cost him his job big time. Yes, the whole Kate's Karen Sonny thing was whatever. Back then it was the real Jagger. But let's not forget, Jagger subsequently cheated on Karen, didn't treat her right. And I think Karen is dead, because somebody said, hey, Karen and his son Stone should come and talk some sense into him. Karen is dead. Remember, Scott was saying pretty much his daughter Karen, his son Franco, they're dead. The only one that's alive is Serena. So I think Karen is gone, and Jagger, don't mention none of that. He wasn't with her. He was already with his life. And then Denzel says, once his superiors and boss knows what he's doing is bye-bye Kate. job, career, bye-bye. If I was Alexis, I wouldn't even trip at all. If I was the judge, I would drop the charges on both Ava and Christina. Christina didn't try to kill Ava. Christina did approach and confront Ava. Then Ava grabbed Christina. Christina tripped on Kate's bag and fell through the window. Same goes for Ava. She didn't push Christina at all. She did grab Christina. So the charges should be dropped, in my opinion. I don't blame Molly for releasing that Christina was at fault for approaching Ava in the first place, and that's how the baby died. So I don't blame Molly at all in her scenes with Molly and Jordan. Here we go again. Anna defending and protecting Valentine again because of what Jason told her, that Valentine was the one that was messing with Sonny's medications at this point. Anna should be fired as the PCPD commissioner because she's letting Sonny getting away with beating up Dex, and by telling Dex to drop the charges. Well, she didn't say drop him. She said don't press him. Not yet. Then letting Valentine leave PC along with the demon Charlotte. Yeah, the PCPD commissioner should be either Mac or Dante. Because Anna, I lost hope for Anna's character at this point, shaking my head. Me too. I'm too through with that. Too through. And then Sindis, let's see, is this the top? Yeah. Sindis says if Lulu were dying, they probably just have Laura get a call from the hospital and handle most of things off scenes. But the scenes with her and Kevin going there, we have had scenes with her where Dante told Lulu he loves her. This indicates to me that she's most likely going to likely recovering and returning to Port Charles. What we found out is liver failure. And Bowberry Sherry says Kate hasn't seen Sonny like this since he's been back. When he came back to town, Sonny's meds weren't right. Yeah, that's true. And then Cindy says, I can't hear anything. I didn't hear anything about Brad returning. But there he is in Dr. Terry Randolph's office, trying to minimize the things he did. I don't trust casting these days. There's no telling who'll be coming, staying, or leaving. I just don't understand why we needed Brad back. And that is the truth. I mean, Brad added interestingness because he was always doing something. He really was. But to have him back, I just don't know if, to me, I really cared or wanted to see Brad back. There's more people that should come back than Brad. Terry says, why they never arrest Valentine and it's time for Ava to pay. DB says, I can't wait for Sasha and Cody to be official. Molly secretly resists Christina, but it would be worse watching her raise her partner's baby. Yeah, that's true. Christina was going to try to keep her. At this point, he needs to find someone who will marry him and have his children. Yeah, I mean, except for just because Molly can't have children doesn't mean TJ loves her less. What's going to break them up is not going to be her lack of being able to have children. It's going to be everything else that they do allow to get in the way. Seriously. And the next person TJ's with will marry him. Angie says, I'm glad Kate's arrested Christina. And yes, I'm on team Ava. Oh, you're the first. Angie, you know what? I'm so happy you were proud enough to come out and give your honest, opinion on the characters you like. Your team Ava. P. Merle says, wow. And then Linda says, Case didn't have solid evidence to arrest Christina. And you didn't see his demeanor, how his demeanor was. Oh, I've got the hiccups now, everybody. This is too personal for Kate to make a rational choice. He's all over and not consistent. And then P. Merle says, it gets lonely on a sinking ship. Ava will throw you overboard to save herself. Oh, got it. I haven't had the hiccups in forever. Let's see how long I can go. All right, everybody. I was loving. I think I could squeeze one more comment corner in. At least John Case is abusing his power. Should I say still abusing his FBI power? This is going to get him fired. I can't stand him. He just does what he wants and thinks everybody should step back and let him. I think I got rid of my hiccups. Let's see. Lisa says, Molly is getting herself into trouble. Jordan was talking to her as her boyfriend's mother and assistant deputy mayor, trying to keep her out of trouble. How is this going to cause trouble for Christina? Could have provoked is not saying yes, Christina attacked Ava. That's true. Is this emotional Molly talking to Jordan? Christine, oh, this is emotional Molly talking to Jordan. Christina does not know how not to be confrontational. Dante sat with Mike. Thank you so much, Lisa. That all night in the cell so he wouldn't be scared when he was arresting for kidnapping Avery. See, this is why Comment Corner is so important. He thought she was his daughter when his dementia was getting bad. Thank you. I could not remember who Dante sat with. And soon as you said it was Mike, that it all came back to me. It all came back to me. You are 100% right. Thank you so much for that. Jacarly says, Kate thought he was just going to push Sonny. He didn't take into consideration Alexis and the restless Christina and the restless Christina's family. Alexis and Diane will whip the floor with him. Yeah, he didn't think Christina was going to have that. Alexis had her law license back and was able to jump right in on it, get that arraignment that night. I mean, he wasn't expecting none of that. And that's what's backfiring, being thrown in his face. And Jacarly says, did you see Molly's face when Christina said my baby? Yeah, Christina did say that in front of Molly. Jacarly says, well, after Trey died, Christina went after Connie. She choked her and trashed her office with a bat. She was arrested and put on probation. You know what? I did not remember that scene. And last comment, because we're at the 10 o'clock hour, Jacarly says, this is Christina's fault. She was the one that was pregnant and had the obligation to protect the baby. But she's been running around town, getting in everybody's face with Joss, with Ava, with Blaze's mother. As a pregnant person or any person in general, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that because you don't know how the other person is going to react. Some people don't care if you're pregnant and they will hit you and fight you. And this is Ava. It made no sense for her to go over there. She didn't really think Ava was okay to say, okay, I'll drop the subpoena. Not Ava style. Yeah. I know Christina just thought she was going to flex and do what she was going to do. And it all turned out horribly, horribly wrong. All right, that's it for Comment Corner, everybody. Comment Corner. I'll be back tomorrow with another daily recap of General Hospital.